We're on Shadow now. Bronze. Haunted House. Countdown 3. Whenever an ally follower, excluding ghost, is destroyed during your turn, summon a ghost. For 3 turns, everything that you dies become a ghost, and you get to go face with it or trade. This is a very aggressive card. You trade skeletons. You buff your Reaper. You get ghosts. The ghosts go face. Lots of damage. Only 1 play point. There's 3 constructed. I don't know if every deck wants to run it, but you might be able to play it in like an aggro deck. Or some deck that gets a lot of value by removing its own followers. If this thing generates 2 ghosts, it's already like served its purpose. Take 2. I think it's about as good. There's a card that Sexton can make your ghosts be destroyed instead of vanished. So you can get infinite ghosts by doing that. Well, as many ghosts as they have health on the board. So Sexton and Haunt House give you infinite ghosts. As long as you kill off your ghosts. Next we have Demon Eater. You play point 1/2, Fanfare, destroy an allied follower, and draw 2 cards. It does not activate if there's no other allied followers in play, so it doesn't kill itself. But this is a soul conversion on a body. Soul conversion is already a card that's played a lot. Being on a body makes it even better for like a 1/2. Because you can use this for other sacrifice outlets or just like as a aggressive stats. For sure, 4 stars here. Getting soul conversion is nice in Take 2, especially in a body. You use it another way to kill off your lurching corpses and your attendants. Will generate card value. Will generate cards in hand. Overall, really good card. Honestly, I'll try to pick this up as often as I can. I think. As long as I have attendants and lurching corpses in my deck. Use the 4 stars as well. Almost 5. This is almost 5. This is like 4.5. It's like a 4.5. Even like just killing off a skeleton for 2 cards is like really good. Okay. Moving on. Skeleton Ogre. You play point 1/4. Whenever the follower attacks, use Necromancy 4, gain +4 attack. I mean, +2 attack. Has Singer's Minth. It's just a 1/4 for. It's just a. You play with 1/4. I already know how good that is, in stat wise. Cards like Imp, and it has a bonus effect of being able to gain more attack. Like a 2 play point 3/4 is insane. Even like if he's using 4 shadows for that. Yeah, it's actually really good. Will it be played over other cards in Shadow? Maybe actually, because it's a 1/4, right? So it can stick around to be affected by Catacomb a lot of the time. But the fact that it eats shadows, kind of bad because you want your shadows for later. But it aggressively eats your shadows, generating damage. Thanks for the follow. Darmor... Darmored fish? Yeah, and Take Two, you definitely have definitely a good way to use your shadows because you're probably gonna have a lot of shadows in Take Two, especially late game. Early mid game, you're probably gonna use your shadows a lot, but late game, you definitely have a lot of shadows. It's still a 1-4 for 2, which is decent. I'm gonna give it 3 stars all around. Yeah, Grave Desecration is amazing in Take Two. We actually have Mad Hatter. Fanfare, destroyed an allied follower, and summon a Tin Soldier. He got 7, he's a 4-5. Tin Soldier is a 4-5, and evolves, does 3 damage to enemy. So essentially turn anything to a 4-5, which is actually pretty strong. Turning a 1-1 into a 4-5 is really good. Turning something that with a good last word effect to a 4-5 is really good. The only problem, he costs 7, and he competes with a lot of other 7 drops, like Thane and Ector. He might be able to compete with Thane, but he can definitely not compete with Ector. I think I already have a 3 here. I'll keep a 3 for constructed. And 4 for Take Two. In Take Two, you're gonna see a lot more bronze cards and silvers. So if you don't manage to get a bunch of Ectors, anyways, sorry, a bunch of Kawis and Ectors, you can pick up this guy. He's still pretty good on 7. I would say he's better than Lord of Flies. Lord of Flies, like, you get a 4-5 with this. It has a good evolve effect. Of course, you might not have to evolve on turn 7, but still pretty good. Lord Fly God, yeah. Guaranteed more stats than Lord of Flies. Just that the Bane is nice on Lord of Flies. And the fact Lord of Flies passive removed, or he generates more value. Anyways, move on. Usher of Sticks. 2 play point 2/2. Necromancy 6. Put one of the highest cost followers that has been destroyed Prince Smash into your hand. So it's the same effect as. So you have to remind me what the card's called. The 2 play point card that you get it back. Like Rise of the Dead or something like that. Anyways, it has the same effect as that card. But it costs 6 Necromancy. You do get the 2/2 body, which is much better than the other card, but 6 Necromancy is way too much. I think this would be playable on 4. This would be amazing on 3. But 6 is too much. Yeah, Rise of the Dead on a stick, pretty much. Rise of the Dead doesn't see play in constructed anyways. I'm gonna put that on 2. In Take Two, it's fine. It might be a good way to use your shadows late in the game. You definitely don't want to play it early, which is a downside. You can play it on curve, which is nice, because you're probably not going to have the shadows anyways. But if it's like around turn 5, and you have 6 shadows, you don't want to play this, because you don't want to you want to save it for later. But the fact that the effect is actually decent later in the game, getting another Kawi makes it nice. I'll give it 3 stars and Take Two. Just Necromancy 6 is really expensive. Right. Siren Tears. 2 play point amulet. Destroy a random allied Shadowcraft follower. At the end of your turn, you have both a Shadowcraft follower and a neutral follower in play. Then give a random allied neutral follower +X, where X equals the attack of destroyed Shadowcraft follower. Sirens cry to lure in sailors. They cry again once their meal is complete. Wow. Don't fall for her tears and eat you up. This card's really awkward. You might be able to play this in a weird deck where the only Shadowcraft followers are like attendants, but then again your liches are gonna die to this as well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this card's too awkward to play. I'm gonna give it 2 stars constructed. You might be able to make this work. And definitely 1 star take 2. You never want to see this in take 2. It might be good in that kind of deck where you have a lot of neutrals and some Shadowcraft minions that you want to sacrifice anyways. Yeah, it's I can't think of the way you want to do it right now, especially on Amulet. Like, it's just the tempo loss, and the gain, it doesn't really equal the tempo loss. Alright. Nightmare Executioner. 4 play point 03. Best stats ever, man. Best stats. Bane. It has Clash, draw a card. So when you evolve it, it's decent, because it almost draws you 2 cards, and probably going to kill something. Good chance of drawing you 2 cards. It was good on the evolve. Otherwise on the just play on 4. So weak. It does replace itself with the Clash. But like, it's the same thing like with Thief. If you just play Thief out, they're going to use a removal on it, so you don't draw a card. This is more expensive than Thief. Yeah, I don't think you'd ever want to play this in Constructed. Give it a 1 star there. It's okay in Take 2. It replaces itself. Much better options in Shadow. And late game, it's like okay. It can kill 1 big thing, potentially. And draw you can like replace itself. But it's like doesn't guarantee it. Give it 2 stars to take 2. The fact that on the evolve it's actually pretty decent makes up for how bad it is when it's not evolved. Yeah, but attack matters in the game where you have to kill your opponent. Next, Caterpillar of Riddles. Out of all art. He's a 4 cost, 4/3. Give all allied neutral followers +1/+1. And deal 2 damage all allied Shadowcraft followers. This is going with a theme where you want to sacrifice your Shadowcraft followers, boosting neutral craft followers. So you want to like the Shadowcraft followers want to run are like Lurching Corpse and Attendant Knight, and you just run a bunch of neutrals. So it kind of fits that deck archetype. The effect is pretty strong, giving things +1/+1, and its stats are decent for its cost. So like it'll fit in that deck. The neutral sacrifice Shadowcraft follower kind of deck. Take 2. I think this is too painful in take 2. A lot of the time you're going to be killing your own stuff off and not buffing anything. It's a good activator for your Lurching Corpses and your Tendon Knights, so if you manage to draft a lot of those, maybe it's okay. Now I'm just giving it 2. It's not unplayable, but it's still pretty bad. Alright, that's silver. Going to gold. Poison Apple of Rebirth. Change a neutral follower into a Shadowcraft follower. Give it that follower last words. Summon another random follower of the same name. So you can use it with like Siren's Tears or whatever. Force it to be sacrificed and then re-get it and get it back. Giving the stats to somebody else. You see that being a play. It's kind of a weird, it's like awkward, like 3-card combo play. You have to have something else. You have 2 things on board. And the amulet. It's really awkward. Otherwise, something that already has a good last word and in neutral will benefit from this because it gets destroyed. So, what's a good card with neutral that has a good last word that you want to get back? Carrot. Oh, it doesn't destroy it right away. Like, so I guess it's like you double the card, right? It doesn't have to have last words. You can just put it on like on Zeus. I feel like if you attacked with Zeus and Zeus is still alive and you can attack him again, you probably already won. Goblin Princess is okay, I guess, but I'd rather just put it on the Goblin King. Putting on the Goblin King seems better than putting on the Goblin Princess. So anything with like Ward is good because it slows down the opponent a lot. The Goblin King. Goblin Mount Demon also works, yeah. Having another 3. It's like essentially getting a 3/7 for 2. It's actually pretty good. Getting another 5/5 for 2 on you target your Goblin King is good. Putting on Lucifer is good. This card's really good when it works. We hit a high value target. It might be a little generous. I'm gonna give it 4 stars because last words create as another follower. It's pretty insane, but it has to be neutral. It'd be really insane if it could hit Shadowcraft followers. It's crazy, but it only hit neutral followers. Unless you, through Looking Glass, something, make it neutral, play this, and then make it a Shadowcraft follower again. So, what was that? But yeah, the effect's really strong. Take 2, harder to work with. You might get a good target for it in Take 2, but a lot more difficult for that to happen. Flame in class. I'll give it 2. Want to take 2? It's a gold card, so you don't really want to get it. It's probably better gold legendary cards, but it might be playable. It might be playable. I wouldn't give it a 1. I won't give it a 1, but it was really awkward. Dad Moraz. Dad is a 5 cost 5/7. Dad, its fanfare is destroy all allied Shadowcraft followers. Restore X defense your leader, and X equals number of followers right by this effect. First off, his stats are insane for his cost. Normally for a 5-drop, we're looking at a 4/5. He's a 5/7. The fact that he destroys allied Shadowcraft followers means that you can play cards like Lurching Corpse, Attendant Knight, Hell's Unleasher. All those cards are really strong last words. And you just eats them up, you get the last word effect, you heal a little bit. It's all good effects. I can't see this card being played in NEP because he's Shadowcraft, so it's really awkward with NEP. So you want to play it in like a last word matters neutral deck. And he just has a lot of stats. Turn it into Erd into this does not really work out because he kills your Erd and your it kills your Lich. They might have already destroyed your Lich by then, so it might be fine. I can't, like, if your Lich is probably gonna die anyways, right? Are we lagging? It doesn't look like it. Thanks for the follows. Chaos Nightmare. Yeah, he's pretty strong. I'm giving 4. Again, take 2. Like, he's just a big body. You might be able to get Attendants of Knights and stuff like that in that deck. It works really well with those. I give him a 3 in take 2 because it's a little bit harder to use him. Better, there's like good chance you don't want to kill things on your board. You don't want to play this with Ledger. Because he gets pulled from Ledger, he kills Liches after the Liches are on the board. Yeah, but he's decent on empty board. That's why he's like 3 stars. He's decent on empty board, and he's even better if you have Lurching Corpses and Attendant of Knights in play. Or even like a Bone Chimera is fine. Get the 2 skeletons out. Next we have Odile, Black Swan. 6 play point 5/4. Summon Odette, White Swan, then evolve this follower. So she's a 6 play point 6/5 all the time because she always evolves when you play her. On the Fanfare. When she's evolved, at the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to all enemies. That's insane. It's already insane. 6 play point, 6/5. It's attacking in because it has rush, and then does 6 damage to all enemies. You have this downside where you summon an Odette for the enemy. Odette's a 4/5. Fanfare, summon an enemy. Oh, sorry, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about it later. But all you have to know is she's a 4/5. So you summon a 4/5 for the enemy. You already kill it right away because she's a 6/5. She just kills Odette right away. Or if you wait to do 3 damage, you can do 3 damage to the Odette, and then you can let the Odile's end of turn effect kill her off. It's not really like it's not and because it summons for your opponent. And it's end of turn effect. It's not a attack effect. 2 damage. Tomura. Solid 4 stars. 6 play point. Rush. 2 damage to all enemies. Even enemies' faces, damage enemies' face for some reason. He shouldn't have a GAT. Shouldn't have a rocket launcher. Of course, a lot of the time she's going to be a 6-1, but still. You get that 2 damage to all enemies. Oh, sorry, 6-2. 6-1. 6-1, yeah, 6-1. Because the Odette has 4 attack. Yeah, it does damage to face. It's pretty dumb. Take 2, also the same. That'll be 4 stars. Moving on. Legendary cards. Corpse Lord of Woe. 4 play point 4/4. Can't attack. At the start of your turn, use Necromancy 6. Evolve this follower. When he's evolved, he's also a 4/4. And he can attack when he's evolved. And his last word, summon a Corpse Lord of Woe. Pretty garbage. A 4, like when you evolve a 4-drop and it becomes a 4/4, you don't want that to happen. You want to have better stats than 4/4. And you summon another piece of garbage that can attack and eats up your necromancies. So, sorry, I should probably reset those. Constructed. 1. Take 2. You might have a lot of shadows, so they might be able to get some value off your shadows. Actually, pretty good outlet late in the game if you have a lot of shadows. Give them... Or you can just be like, do nothing, sit there. Which is probably a lot of the time. And it's the legendary pick. It's bad. My rating system doesn't go any lower than 1. 1 is the lowest rating you can get. Alright. Dark Alice. 7 play point 5/5. Last word, Spanish, all allied Shadowcraft cards in play. And summon a Dark Alice. At the start of your next turn, banish all allied Shadowcraft followers in your hand and deck. This card's, like, was weird, right? It banishes them too. So you don't get the last words. But you can build your deck in a way that you only want to have late game neutral cards after you play this card. Kind of like a Mord, but it costs 7 instead of 8. It's hard to say where it's going to be because it's like a whole new deck, right? And we don't know how good that deck's going to be. So for now, I'm just going to put it at 3. In Take 2, it's a absolute 1. In Take 2, you lose the game. You play this card in Take 2, you lose the game. It dies, you lose your deck. You draw Reaper, you lose the game. So that's that. That's a 7 cost Mord. For sure. Yeah, we got Tove. 3 play 0.22. Can't attack. When an allied neutral follower comes into play, this follower gains rush and can attack. Same thing. So you want to play this in a neutral Blood deck. I feel like Blood already has the best early game followers in the game. You probably don't want to run a bunch of neutral cards just to make this thing work. So if neutral Blood's a thing, this is possibly a thing. Otherwise, not that great. Give it 2 stars in Constructed, just in the potential of neutral Blood being a thing. 1 star in Take 2, because most times it can't attack, and that's pretty bad. Can't even attack if you evolve it. Alright. Move on. Three play point. Disagreeable Demon. 3.23. Gain ward if an enemy follower is in play. Gain +2 attack and deal 2 damage. Leader if no enemy follower is in play. Sundari waifu. Okay, so she's Grimir stats for. That's already good. 3.23 with ward. Enemy has a follower. That's really nice. If they don't have a follower, she's a 3.43, which is insane. Very aggressive stats. This card's insane. Blood, again, gets another good early follower. Super aggressive if your opponent's like behind. Defensive if your opponent's kind of like on board already. Super good. I want to give her 5 in both categories. Actually, no, she's not auto-clued. I don't say she's auto-clued in Constructed. I'll give her 4 stars in Constructed and 5 stars in Take 2. And she's bronze. You want to pick this card up as much as you can to fill in your 3-drop slot. You want to pick her up as long as your 3-drop slot isn't overflowed. Alright. Let's go. Demon Key. Countdown 5. When your leader takes damage during your turn, subtract 1 from this amulet. Last words. At the start of your turn, randomly put 1 of the highest cost followers from your hand into play. Meme Key. It would be super interesting when you get this to work. It takes a long time for this to count down. You lose a lot of tempo when you play this. I could see this being played in Control Blood just as a way to like win the game faster, really late in the game. Otherwise, really awkward. Kind of like Frozen Mammoth, right? Frozen Mammoth, you wait until the late in the game. He plays early, wait late in the game and get those out, get the Frozen Mammoth out. Problem with this card is you don't want to play it late. You want to play it early. When you play it late is way too slow. I'm gonna give it 2 in Constructed. I have potential. This effect is very strong. Yeah, and then in Take 2, you never want to take this card. It's way too slow. You lose a lot of tempo. Potential of it working is like pretty low. In late game, it's a really dead card. Oh boy. Big Knuckle Bodyguard. 4 play point, 3/4. Fanfare. Destroy an enemy follower with 3 defense level less. Deal 2 damage to your leader if vengeance not act for you. Big Daddy. Yep. This card's insane. So this is like Cudgel for blood, but it also works when you're going first. You don't have to evolve. And when you evolve, you get full stats instead of just +1/+1. Card's insane. I'm gonna get 5 for both, I think. This thing's insane. For upcoming nerfs, maybe, yeah. Yep, next. Start for 50 vials. Yeah. Watch Blood be one of the best Take-Two classes. Oops. Fugitive Fangs. Choose an allied neutral follower. Whenever that follower attacks an enemy follower, destroy that follower, or it can deal any damage in return. It shows Medusa's effect. This is Medusa's Gaze for 1 less. It only affects neutrals. If neutral blood's a thing, this card may be playable. We don't see Medusa's Gaze playable right now. I'm gonna go 2 in constructed. If neutral blood's a thing, I don't see neutral blood being a thing, but sure. And a 1 in Take-Two because the amount of neutrals you get is pretty low. Unless they change it. The Boy Who Cried Wolf. 2 play point, 3/1. Very aggressive stats. Can't be attacked by followers with 1 attack. So he avoids being just chump traded by skeletons and stuff. Goblins. So he's great when you're going second. No, when you're going when you're going first. And the opponent has 1-drop, because a 1-drop can't trade with this. It does die to May. There's that. The 1 health is pretty easy to remove. Bad versus Ruin Forest. Yeah. It's good against most other decks. If Ruin Forest are still not in the meta, and yeah. This card might be playable. Is it better than the other 2-drops that Blood has? Probably not. Blood has like some really insane 2-drops already. Urius, the Wolf, and the Imp. Otherwise, yeah, like fine, I guess. I'll give it a 2. Constructed. Take-Two. A lot less often you're going to see those 1 damage pings. So it's just like... Blood likes being aggressive in Take-Two. I think it's fine in Take-Two. I'm going to give it 3 stars. Moving on. Scarlet Saboteur. 5 play point. 2/4. As Bane, so it kind of makes up for the fact that she has really low attack. Doesn't make it for the fact that she's really low defense. But she has a Fanfare, deal 2 damage to an enemy, then restore 2 defense to your leader. Now this card's pretty good, I think. I've talked about this card before. You gotta consider that Vampire Kiss is playable and costs 2 play points. So if you subtract those 2 play points from Scarlet Saboteur, you get a 3 play point 2/4 with Bane. If you add those two effects together, it's really like a lot of value. You also gotta realize, like, you gotta know that this effect can also hit enemy's face. Yep, sorry, she's 5. So if it's empty board, you can use the damage on face, and you still get the heal. I see this being played to control blood, for sure. I'm gonna give it a 4 in constructed. Take Two, it's even better. But I can't really like reasonably give it a 5. So I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. Take Two. Yeah, she's good in mid-range blood and control blood. I can't see her being played in aggro or vengeance, even though the damage can go face. There's better things you can play on 5. Bandersnatch. 5 play point 4/5 with Rush. So he's got correct stats for his cost. Rush, enhance 7. Gain last words at the start of your next turn. Put a follower that costs at least 6 play points from your deck into play. Dream Snatch. Huh. This is a Bandersnatch, apparently. What the fuck, Ren? What are you talking about? This effect is really good. Enhance. Any follower. Hit 20 vials in 2 months. This card is pretty nuts. Just a 4/5 for 5 with Rush is like, that's already like top tier for Take Two. And then the fact that even hand 7 get something like out of your deck into play. It's like random, right? But it's 6 or higher. You can get we'll see the legendary later. But you get the legendary out. Constructed, for sure I'll give it a 4-star. Take Two, 5 stars. This is really crazy in Take Two. And it's silver. It's random, but it's always something that costs 6 or more. That's right, both. We'll see. I think 4 stars is good enough. Like good place to put it. I'd put like it's not auto-clued. I don't think. It works in a slow deck because it enhances 7. So you want to be winning on turn 8 or 9. So let's just go with 4 stars right now. Actually, at the moment, I think Blood is better than Haven in ways. So, Blood's getting quite a bit of good cards. I don't know if Blood's gonna be better than Shadow and Dragon, but definitely better than Haven at the moment. Lethal Blade. I've talked about this card before as well. 3 play point. Choose enemy follower whenever follower attacks. Deal 3 damage to itself. If vengeance attack for you, give this follower all enemy instead. It's really awkward. You don't want to play this in a aggro deck because it doesn't remove word. It gives the opponent the opportunity if they want to remove the thing or not. It uses way better options for removing something. And if you're in Vengeance, you can already Revelation if you want an AoE removal. I'm gonna give it a 2 because it's still playable. The effect is decent on like Vengeance, I guess, but without Vengeance, it's bad because Blood has way better removal for 3. Like they cost 2 instead of 3. Actually, I haven't even won. I never want to play this in Constructed. I'm gonna give it a 2 and take 2 because it's potentially decent. No, you don't want to play this in Vengeance Blood because it costs too much play points. It costs too many play points. And the effect isn't that good. You'd rather just run other removal. But like I said, it doesn't get through ward. Phantom Cat. I guess this is the Cheshire Cat, right? 6 play point, 5/5. Fanfare, draw 2 cards, then deal 2 damage to enemy leader for each neutral card drawn. So already 6 play point, 5/5, draw 2 cards. Decent, I guess. Ground cards is good. And the added bonus of being able to do some damage to opponent is nice. He's not only good in neutral blood, he just draws you cards. It's a good card. I give it a reconstructed. I'll give it a 4 and take 2 since card draw is really important. Take 2. Ancient of Lore, yeah. It's decent. And a 10 husbando. You might cut Belf because actually taking the damage and control blood is kind of a downside. Next we have Emeralda, Demonic Officer. 7 play point, 4/5. Fanfare, destroy enemy follower amulet, and gain storm if vengeance active for you. Already, her fanfare is insane. Her fanfare is crazy. She's got Execution as a fanfare. Execution is a 5-cost spell. She's a 7 play point, 4/5. And if you have Vengeance, you get Storm. People would just play 7 play point 4-5 with Storm in some classes. But the fanfare is insane. Insane. 5 in both categories for sure. I don't know, man. Yeah, Blood's gonna be crazy. I really want to play Control Blood. Hopefully that works. I think mid-range and Vengeance and aggro are all gonna get better. Bandersnatch into Emeralda. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I want to Bandersnatch into the next card we're gonna look at. So, Bond of the Abyss is what you want to Bandersnatch into. Next we got Harabose, Wicked Fairy. 6 play point 6/6. Fanfare. For the remainder of the match, you will not gain a play point at the start of your turn. For the remainder of the match, draw a card, deal 1 damage to enemy leader end your turn. These effects will continue even if this follower leaves the area. Yeah. Best start. Wonderland Dreams. He's the winner. But yeah, 6/6 for 6. Stats are okay. They make the vanilla test. Her effect though. Her effect is weird because you don't want to play this on 6 because you'll be stuck with 6 play points for the rest of the game. Unless you're playing a very aggressive deck. Then a lot of your cards will cost less than 6 anyways. And it just allows you to draw more and more ways to kill your opponent. But if you're playing like an aggro blood deck, you're really racing the opponent because you're doing a lot of damage to yourself while you're hurting them. So if you play this on 6 and you're not winning the game the next turn, I feel like it might be too slow. But like in those kind of situations, like I don't know. Yeah, you can see maybe an aggro blood. Just to the fact that her drawing an extra card and deal 1 damage to leader is pretty good. But would you want to do that if you want to win on turn 7 anyways? When you just want to play a card that does more damage and maybe draws a card or something like that? If you want to draw to, like, you don't want the game to go too long, right? Because the opponent's going to outvalue you. In mid-blood, you want to play this on maybe 8 at the earliest, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, if they're playing Control Blood and you play this on turn 10, it's insane. I feel like you've already like won, but who knows if Control Blood's gonna be good. Yeah, and the effects do stack. If you have 2 of them out, it just becomes pretty crazy. Yeah. I can see this being played mid. Or maybe Vengeance. And if we've controlled X come back somehow. which would be pretty rare, might see play in control deck, but you want stuff you can play on curve. Yeah, that's what I mean, like, why make the game longer than it should be in aggro when you can just try to kill them? I'd rather run some Storm instead of this. Yeah, for now. I might be wrong. We'll see. I'll give it 3 stars. Take 2. 5 stars. 4 stars. I gave 4 stars because it's really awkward in curve. If you can take 2 games, usually go longer. You play this on turn 9 or 10. It'd be kind of insane. Or later. And we'll have to play with this card. It's one of those cards where you have to play with to really know how it works. Okay, next we have probably the best legendary in the expansion, I think. 8 play points, 6/7. Spawn of the Abyss. Ambush. Whenever this follower attacks, deal 6 damage to an enemy leader if ambush is active for the follower. And last words, deal 6 damage to enemy leader if ambush is active for this follower. So, no matter what, you're pretty much guaranteed 6 damage if you don't lose the game immediately next turn. Also, when it's evolved, it does 8 damage instead. So even if your opponent removes this when it's an ambush, you're still gonna take 6 damage, which is a lot. If you're allowed to just attack with it next turn, it's 18 damage to 16 damage to the face. And you can cheat this out with what was the card called? The Bandersnatch? Play this with Bandersnatch. You get 2 of these on the board. Opponent loses. Yeah, this card's insane. With Baphomet, you can make this thing cost 5 instead. You can play it on curve 6. Is what Control Blood needed as a win con, I think. Some dumb, heavy damage follower. It's a lot of damage. Twin Elf does not kill it. Twin Elf does X damage to 2 random enemy followers. I think that's how it's worded, right? Either way, even if they kill it, they take the damage. Yeah, this thing's insane. I'm gonna just go ahead and give it 5 stars in both. And now, if the game progresses into a point where blood, a control blood deck, cannot make it to 8 play points, We're in a bad spot in the game. Will it get nerfed? Probably not. Hector doesn't see nerfs. But maybe Shadow will just kill Blood every turn every time before they can get the 8 play points. I want to play Blood and take 2 now. Yeah, the only ways that we can remove it are rune cards, mutagenic and Winter's Caprice. Temple of Inquisition, 2 play point. Countdown 5. Whenever enemy follower is destroyed, subtract 1 from this ammo's countdown. Last word, draw 3 cards. So it's like another Sacred Plea, except this one draws you 3 cards, costs 1 more, and those countdowns faster every time something dies on the opponent's board. Please Kaleido me. Yeah, it's like a worse play. It's like if you want to run more please in your deck. The update's on the 28th. I'm gonna give this thing I think 2 stars in constructed. I don't know if Haven really wants that much more card draw. I give it a solid 3 in Take 2, since card draw is pretty important there. This is nice in Take 2, being able to draw 3 cards for 1. Nice kaleidoscope target. Next we have White Taiga. 3 play point. 3/2. That's ward. Can't be targeted by enemy spells and effects. Obviously, this would be much better if it was a 2/3, because the ward is more relevant on those kind of things. It competes with a lot of 3-drops in Haven with ward, like Grimir and Temple Defender. It is probably not better than those, even though it doesn't die of removal. Like, it's a good card. It just competes with a lot of other good cards. Like, the only deck that probably wants runs is, like, yeah, probably Stormhaven. But again, it competes with a bunch of stuff. Maybe in Stormhaven. I'm gonna give it a 3 constructed, because the card is good. Can't be targeted by enemy spells and effects is good. The stats could have been better. Take 2 is good. Take 2 is definitely good. Another solid 3 stars. And it's like both. It like just works by itself. It's a good card. Bird Keeping Disciple. That little bird. 4 play point, 4/3. Fanfare put a Pinion Prayer into play. There's already a card like this, and it's a 2/4 that puts a the tiger making amulet in play. I forget the name is called. But yeah, she's like the tamer is a 2/4. So aim and play. That was okay. It's good going first, because it gives you like something else other than just being body. Oh, tamer's a 2/3? Veteran tamer? I think it's a 2/4. It's a 2/3? Okay. Yeah, this is much better then. It's stat-wise. Opinion Prayer obviously is a little weaker than the other amulet. If you get better stats, we get Opinion Prayer. Yeah, it's actually decent. Yeah, everything's better if the stats are all the way around. As a 4/5, 4/5 would be broken. This thing costs 4. Yeah, it's very aggressive. We don't see Desert Rider stats in a lot of things. 4/3. Unless they do something good. Like Juno has Rush. This gives you a bird, so that might be okay. But I think there's other things you want to play in Storm. I'm just gonna give it a 2 when it's constructed. And I'm gonna give it a solid 3 in take 2. Can't really complain about getting this card in take 2. Next we have Monk of Purification. 6 play point, 4/6. Fanfare, put 2 Monastic Holy Waters in your hand. And Monastic Holy Waters are 2 play point spells that heal an ally for 2 and draw you a card. You get 2 of those, so potentially she generates 2 cards that also draw 2 cards from your deck. But where do you want to play this? Do you want to play this in a deck that maybe has Elena? But I think we'd rather just play one thing that heals. But you can also play it in OTK Haven. This is a card for OTK Haven. PTP Haven and OTK Haven. Gives you more ways to kill your opponent. So constructed, 2 stars. This is decent in take 2 because it generates you card value. Or what's the word? Card advantage. Generates you card advantage. It draws you 2 cards. Not right away, but over time. Also heals nice. I guess a solid 3. Yeah. Tenko. 5 play point, 4/5, so she reaches the vanilla test. Whenever ally follower attacks, restore 1 defense to your leader. First time I read this card, I thought it was when this allied follower attacks. I thought it was garbage, but I guess whenever allied followers attack, it's actually pretty good. Essentially a lot of healing. The problem with like Elena Haven is a hard time like spamming the board with things. You don't have a lot of like token generators. And so if it Heal Haven comes back, maybe you play this card. Otherwise, probably not. Problem with Elena is Bahamut. When Bahamut was printed, it kind of destroyed the deck. Like most of the other Haven cards, always give us a 2. This is it's a vanilla test, but don't do much else. Healing is not that great in Take 2. Rather just have like hard advantage. I'm gonna give us a 2 as well. But she does get 5 out of 5 for Fluffy Tail. Next we have a 5 playpoint amulet. March Hare's Tea Time. Countdown 4. Fanfare Summon a Tin Soldier, and last word Summon Tin Soldier. And Tin Soldier is a 4/5, and you can evolve it to do 3 damage to enemy. This card's actually really good. You get 2 4/5s for 5? It'd be like the second Tin Soldier is going to come out a few turns later. Otherwise, like, it's pretty good. You get 1 Tin Soldier right away. What does a Tin Soldier evolve into? A 5/6. Okay. Yeah, this card's really good in Take 2. Go ahead and give it a 5. I don't know where you're gonna put this in Haven, but if you can find a place for this, it's probably gonna be at least a 4-star, I think. And Stormhaven, yeah, because you have to evolve on it. You do 3 damage face, and you can kill something. We are looking at Tin Golem is a 4/5 evolve, deal 3 damage to enemy. And it evolves into a 5/6. Next we have the best card of the expansion, right? Eagleman. 6 playpoint 4/5. Ward. Whenever an allied neutral follower comes into play, subtract 1 from this card's cost. Eagleman. I think this card's pretty good. If you're playing a neutral for Haven deck and you just like spam the board bunch of neutrals and you get this thing on like 3 or less, this card becomes pretty insane. The tempo. The tempo. Oops. Put him next to Garuda, yeah. America Man. I don't know why he doesn't have the American flag hanging off of his spear. Yeah, Haven Ogler. I know this is completely wrong, but I'm even 4 stars. These are 3 at best. Take 2 is a 3. Take 2, you're gonna have a lot less neutrals. But he's an Etten at worst. Gotcha, Haven. Yeah, he's definitely 3 stars in corrected, but I'm gonna give him a 4 because he's Eagle Man. USA, USA, USA. Yeah, it's been fun. Next we have Patty, I guess. 6 playpoint, 37. Fanfare, gain Rush and Bane if involved enemy followers in play. I think there's much better 6-drops in Haven already. You have the Judge, who banishes something with 3 health and draws you a card. We've got Dark Jean, which does 2 damage to everything. We've got Tribunal, which removes something. This card is definitely good in Take 2. I've gotten every single class except for this one. I'll give it a 3 in Constructed. It's like the effect is good, just not amazing. Thing is, in Take 2, all the good 6-drops are in the gold and legendary slot, so this is going to be a good card for Take 2. Oh boy. Noise. I don't know how to pronounce this. Noise. Red Branch Knight. 2 play point 2/2. Evolves into a 4/4. Gets a really smug face. Fanfare. Until the start of your next turn, your leader cannot receive more than 3 damage at a time. So any damage that will do damage more than 3 will be reduced to 3. Your leader. So something hits you for 5, you take 3. Next thing hits you for 10, you take 3. So this card's really good in Haven because they have some really solid win cons late in the game. So you want to do is you want to play the turn before you drop your win con, so you don't fall into a really low health. Then you can play the win con and win the game next turn. When, for example, the opponent maybe has like a 4/4 and a 5/5 or something. Those are just like big examples, right? 4/4 and 5/5. You play this card. You take 6 damage. You play, or let's say you clear the board somehow. You clear the board. You have empty board. You play this card, and you take a bunch of storm damage or something. The next turn, you're playing. You think you're gonna take a lot of damage. Instead, you take like 3 or 6. Then you play your Seraph. You don't die, and you win the game. This is a good way of slowing down the game to help you get your really slow, fat win cons down. Yeah, play the turn, the opponent's going to do 14 with Genesis Dragon. Then they do 3. Yeah, it does counter the Blood Legendary. They play that and you play this and you laugh at them as you Tribunal. This game is one of the best card games for free-to-play players. You get a lot of packs at the beginning of the game. You get a lot. And a lot of events that Game holds about every month. Gives you packs. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give him a 4 stars constructed. Take 2 a little bit less, since he's just like a fighter. Potentially good at slowing down the game. You did get down like an Aegis or something. You're lucky enough to draft that. I'll give him 3 stars and take 2. Next we have Alice's Adventure. You play point amulet. Whenever an allied neutral follower comes in play, subtract 1 from countdown of all allied amulets. And we already have a lot of cards that reduce the amulet cost, and we don't play them. Constructed 1. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna rethink this. You can play a neutral Seraph deck, and it's another way to get your Seraph go down to 0 without having to play Dogmas and Healings and Sisters. These clouds help me. Seraph already auto loses against D-Shift, so not a big deal. Everything in 2-drop gets Kaleidoscoped. Doesn't matter. Either way. Yeah, I'm gonna put that at 3 stars. Maybe it's a deck archetype. Maybe 2 stars. 1's too little. I'm gonna give it 2. We'll see. In that neutral Seraph deck. Thanks for the follow. Fuck wing mods. Take 2, terrible. Absolute garbage. Moving on. Odette. Much weaker than her sister. She's a 6-play.45. Evolves into a 5/6, so you'll get +1/+1. Fanfare, you summon Odile for the opponent, and then you evolve this follower. As we saw earlier, Odile is a 5/4, so she can kill Odile with the rush she gets from evolving, and then she heals all of your allies for 2. It includes your leader. So, again, we already talked about this. 6-drop slot for Haven's already pretty full. This does work with Elena because it does heal your face, so I guess it's alright. She also heals herself. So when she kills the Odile, she heals herself back up to a 5/3. Another issue, the issue with her is that you summon the Odile for your opponent. What you want to do on turn 6 is you want to make a play that puts you further ahead on board. It doesn't put you further ahead on board, because you have to go kill the thing. You have to kill the thing you just made. Like when you play a judge, the judge banishes something, you get the follower in play, and you draw a card. This card comes into play, summons a follower for the opponent. You have to kill that one, because Odile's insane. You don't want to leave that up. And that's it. You just put a 5/3 on board, and you can remove something else in the same turn. Yeah. Clogged board states don't really exist in Metaverse that often. It's pretty bad. And 2 in Constructed. And a 2 in Take 2. It's a gold card, so it fills your gold legendary slot. You'd rather see something else. Oh boy. Princess Snow White. What's up with that outfit, Snow White? What are you wearing? Okay, 2-play point, 1/2. Last words. Summon Princess Snow White and evolve it. Then remove all effects from this follower. She's a little bit weaker than normal 2-drops because she's missing 1 attack. But when she dies, she comes back as a 2/3 with Rush. That's insane. For 2 play points. You're getting a 1/2 and a 2/3 with Rush. 2 play points. No, it's a 2/3, right? I think they mean that follower. Yeah, well, this follower. The wording is bad. Yeah, it's really strong. It's in Haven too. Like they're not really known for their really strong early plays. The card's really good. I can't see like any other 2-drop being played over this in Haven. Five-star. Take 2. It's a good tempo play, but not like game winning. You only have 1 of these in your deck, and it's like just gonna be okay. What else was I going to say about it? Oh, I was going to give it a take 2 rating. I have 3 stars with take 2. It fills in your legendary gold slot. You'd rather see something else there. Why Haven? Haven needs good cards. Haven needs good cards, especially early plays, because their early games kind of shitty. It's up to you mods. If you want to ban someone and you think it's appropriate, you can do it. So you have Lion of the Golden City. 7 play point 5/5. Fanfare. Put an amulet that costs 5 play points or less in hand into play, and destroy the amulet. Whenever an allied neutral follower comes into play, subtract 1. This card's cost. This card's pretty insane. The fact that you can reduce its cost just by playing neutrals. And there's a lot of good amulets you can grab off this. We've talked about this card before too. I've decided like it's like any card that takes 3 turns to go off is pretty good with this. And so is like Twin Flames, I think it's called. Twin Flames gets you 2 tigers. So you get to play this and get 2 tigers, that'd be pretty good. You can play this in Stormhaven even without getting it reduced that much. But you want to play with neutrals so you get the effect. Yeah. But you really want to play with like dual flames. Yeah, dual flames is the card. Or even with Beast Call is fine. Or you can play with any of the cards that make a dragon, 6/6. It also has potential later new expansions when they make more amulets. All right. Bring Mammoth Amulet. That doesn't work with Mammoth Amulet. Because... Oh no, it doesn't work with Mammoth Amulet. So you put a Frozen Mammoth on the board, then you play this, and you pick a Frozen Mammoth from your hand. Boom. Value. Okay. Constructed. Give this a solid 4. Take 2. If you draft enough amulets, it's fine. Solid 4, maybe even a 5. Solid 4. And reducing its cost will be pretty hard. But getting one amulet reduced is good, pretty good. If you can draft a good one. Alright. 7. Yeah, you just play good amulets. That's fine. Beast calls, whatever. Bird songs. Now we're into neutrals. Almost done. Angelic Knight. 3 play point. 2/2 with ward. Gives a allied follower +1 attack. These are really easy to rate. Like, this is a solid card. Overall solid. 3. Like, maybe you'll see lots of play, maybe you'll see no play, but its effect is good enough. Like, Angel of the Word sees played right now. This might be better than Angel of the Word. The one like, it's debatable because the 1 damage ping can kill something right away. Whereas this is more aggressive. It's a very aggressive card. But it does compete with other 3-drops. It's like Grimir's like 5 stars, so I'm just like a 3-star. Yeah, it's hard to rate this any higher than a 3-star in Take 2 as well, even though it's really good. And you're gonna see a lot of these are like 3 stars, I think. Goblin Leader's the same. Very aggressive card in Neutralist. Makes a goblin. Pretty much Aesthetic Knight, except it's neutral. So he plays in an aggro neutral deck, or mid-range neutral deck with Alice. You can buff the goblins on the board. Aesthetic Knight is not played right now, but there's not really a good spot for him. If there was a what do you call it? A sword card that was a Goliath and gave all your officers +1/+1 from the board in your hand, you'd probably play Aesthetic Knight. But that doesn't exist. But now we have Alice, we've buffed all your neutrals by +1/+1 and in your hand. So I think you would play Goblin Leader. Then you with Lion, you double proc. Yeah, like it's got a lot of synergies. Solid 3. In both Constructed and Take 2. It might be a little worse in Take 2, but neutral. Lots of neutral synergies running around. It's weird because like the only difference that is neutral. These neutral cards are better than officers. Isn't that weird? That he's better than Aesthetic Knight because he's neutral. Next we have Ephemera. Angelic Slacker. 4 play point, 1/3. Ambush. Whenever another allied follower attacks, give that follower +1 attack until end turn. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video of this. It's gonna be very long. It's gonna be like I have no idea. It's gonna be very long. Anyways, card's pretty good. It's like a what do you call it? What's the card called again? Banner. +1 attack. Like, It just sits on the board. Gives you damage. Very aggressive. Another solid 3 stars. You play Alice next turn, yeah. Take 2. If you can draft an aggressive list, it's definitely worth picking up, I think. They're all solid 3s. What about the Goblin Leader? Oh, it's almost at end of your turn? Oh my god, I didn't read that. That's insane. We're reassessing this card. I misread it. Four stars. Okay. Moving on. End of every turn. No, your turn. It's your turn. Egg Bomb. Explosion. Deal 3 damage to all followers. 7 play points. I think 2 stars in Corrupted. 3 stars in Take 2. Seems about right. Yeah, that seems about right. Playable in Take 2. It's like it's not unplayable and constructed, just better options. Now Humpty takes an evolve. This doesn't take an evolve. And it's a spell. Okay, Actress Furia. 2 play point, 2/2. When it evolves, you give +1/+1 to all other neutral followers. Another strong effect if you have a bunch of neutrals. How do I rate those? Probably see this card a lot. If a lot of people playing neutral, it's probably gonna come up a lot. Three to 5? Yeah, I think it's 3 to 5. This might be played in like every single neutral deck, but wait, it's hard to say. A lot of competition. Three. Take 2. It's you're gonna have less neutral followers. Take 2. So just like vanilla 2/2 with upside. Like 2 in Take 2. Ally neutral. Alright. Into the Looking Glass. This card's a complete mystery as for rating it, but it does have a but. 2 play point, draw a card, change all cards in your hand and in play that cost 7 play points or less into neutral cards. I don't know why they made it 7 or less. I guess so you can't make Mordecai neutral for some reason. I don't know what else you would want to make neutral. We want to play this. I think the only deck you want to play is like a weird shadow neutral deck. Maybe in a Rune neutral deck. Rune really likes having a card in hand neutral. In a neutral Haven deck. Mordecai Ouroboros. Oh yeah, Ouroboros with the Dragon Name would be pretty dumb. Oh. How would that work? So if you could Saha an Aegis in, he just wouldn't go back to your hand, right? Because he won't be affected by the effect? Huh. Fairy generators and you play this. Oh, I can see that being played, I guess. Make all your fairies neutral. Guarantee you have a lot of cards in hand that are neutral. Oh yes, Forest wants it too. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, we'll give us a 3. Take 2. You probably get some synergies out of it because a lot of cards that synergize with neutrals now. I'll give it 2 stars and take 2. There's probably some combos you can do with this that I'm not thinking about. It's like a question mark out of 5, so I'm gonna put it in 3 because that's kind of the middle ground. It's hard to say. Could be a 1 star, could be a 5 star, could be anything in between. It's hard to analyze. Mystery card. Next we have the Gruff Mountain Tier Captain. And we have the Kappa Pride Genie in the back. 5 play point 3/5 with Rush. Whenever the follower attacks an enemy follower with at least 5 attack, this follower cannot be damaged until end of turn. Yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't play this in Constructed at all. Couldn't take 2. Two stars instructed. 3 stars and take 2. Yeah, move on. Lion Champion. Also looks like that Digimon. What's his name? Lionmon? 6 play point 5/5 with Ward. With Etten stats. Whenever this follower's attack, get +1/+1. It's a super Etten. This might be the best Etten we've seen. We've seen a lot of Ettens. This is probably the best one. Leomon. Leomon was his name. Thanks. Leomon, you pleb. I am a pleb. So many names I have to remember. Card game names, Pokemon names, Digimon names, everything's like 100 names. Yeah, this is actual Raging Etten power creep. These cards, yeah, really good actually, compared to all those other 6 drop words. I want to just give it a 3 stars. Like, it's like a 4/5, right? I mean, it's a 5/6 with Word, because it's always going to get that bonus when it's attacked. It's actually pretty good. It's really good at dealing with a bunch of small things. It can't be killed by what 1/1s either. 1/1s do nothing to it. This is neutral. Alright. What am I ready for take 2? I would assume before damage. Because it's when it's attacked. Not when it was attacked. Or when it takes damage or whatever. It's a silver neutral. I'm gonna give it 4 stars because a lot of neutrals kind of suck. Look, it's a good pickup for take 2. That's silvers, now we're in golds. We're almost done, boys. We're almost done. Rapunzel. 3 play points, 2/5. Can attack when this card is played or at the start of your turn. Whenever an allied follower has attacked this turn, the follower can attack until the end of that turn. So, if you evolve it, can it still attack? It can't attack, right? This card's weird. I don't know. Like, you do get a 2/5 for 3, but it's probably better options or 3 drop. Like, it's just the downside is just too much. Yeah, it's bad. 1 star. Take 2. 1 star. The upside is those legs. Yep. G-Sun? I guess, but he has better options than in Haven for G-Sun. He plays Zoe. No one even runs that combo. Five play point 3/4 Snow White Cat Sage. I really like White Cat Sage. Fanfare draw card. Give +1/+1 to allied follower. I compare this card a lot to Radiance Angel. Radiance Angel is a 5 play point 2/4 that draws you a card and heals you for 3. I think this card is potentially stronger. It has 1 more attack. I mean, when it evolves and kills some more like bigger things, and it gives +1/+1. Yeah, this card is really good. I see like a lot of neutral matter cards. Neutral cards matter decks will probably play this. Yeah, you can be played in a lot of decks that aren't neutral either. Might even just replace like Radiance Angel straight up. A lot of like mid-range decks want this. Yeah, it's a really good card. Babe. And she also has Absolute Territory in her Evolve form. We're gonna give it a 4 stars for constructed. There's obviously a lot better things you can get in the legendary gold slot for neutral, but this also beats a lot of other things. I'm not sad if I see this in my legendary neutral slot beside a Bahamut or Odin or whatever. This is a good card. I'm gonna give it a 4 and take 2 as well. Next we have Hector. Ward, Fanfare, deal 3 damage to an enemy if you have at least 3 neutrals in your hand. He's also neutral himself. That's a good bonus. He has Ward too. It's a 5 play point 4/4 with Ward. He does a lot of things. Yeah, it's like, again, I wouldn't be sad if I see this in take 2. Decent. Give 3 stars in take 2. I think it's like 3 stars constructed as well. Hector is does some good things. It's like not a lot of 5 drops are better than him. But he's neutral. I think he needs 5 health. He'd be pretty nuts at 5 health, I think. Like, you can play him on curve in neutral deck, and he's a 5/5 if you played an Alice before him. It makes him really strong. He's a full-on man-ass in his art. Okay. What did that give him, a bonus star or something? Plus 2 stars. I'm gonna keep my 3 stars, seems okay. And we talked about Alice a lot. And here's Alice. Poster child of the expansion. Alice, Wonderland Explorer, 4 play point, 3/4. Give +1/+1 to all allied neutral followers in your hand in play. Yeah. Easy 5-star constructed. Makes neutral decks insane. Yeah, she's gonna be the key card to a lot of deck archetypes. Neutral everything. Neutral sword, neutral forest, neutral whatever. Take 2, definitely a lot weaker. You're not gonna see as many neutral cards in take 2. It's like a Goliath a lot of the time, maybe a little bit upside. You have like 2 stars take 2. Alright. I'm gonna move on. Queen of the Dread Sea. This is a Dragoncraft card. It costs 10 play points. It's 7/7. At the change the cost of a neutral card, excluding Queen of the Dread Sea, and a Dragoncraft card in your hand to 0, and discard all the cards in your hand. That's a very strong effect. You can get another Queen of Dreadsea and play her. Of course, it's not that strong. You can get like a Lucifer, you know, whatever, like a Zeus. Zeus and Genesis Dragon seem pretty good. No, yeah, like so many things. Well, You can't choose her, so you can't keep on. Exactly. Alright. Here's what you do. Well, you can't play Bahamut because Bahamut will kill her, I guess. I guess you can do that. You can play Bahamut and then play Zell, but you kill her. I could rather just play Zeus and Zell, I guess. I'd rather just play Zeus and Genesis Dragon. It's way better than Bahamut Zell. I think, yeah, I don't think you want to reduce Bahamut. I think Zeus is a better choice. Because, but Zeus and Genesis Dragon is 14 damage with the evolve, where Bahamut and Zell is 13 damage with the evolve. Okay. But literally, this works on any class. It's pretty unplayable in most classes. Maybe in like a janky control blood, you can drop some. You can drop like a Satan and a I don't know, an Abyss. D-Shift and Zeus. You can make D-Shift 0, I guess, yeah. Why would you want to do that on turn 10? Spawn of the Abyss and a whatever. So yeah, it's pretty strong. Mainly Dragon strong, but yeah, I'm gonna give it 5. You have a huge tempo turn in Take 2. Like a huge tempo turn. I'm gonna give it a 4, I think, in Take 2. It might be even lower, depending on what kind of other cards you get, but good chance that this can win the game in Take 2. Kind of risky. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like could be lower. The downside is kind of harsh, but you also have potential of just like winning the game on the spot. But yeah, I think that's good. I'll give it a 4. Oops. Where are we? Here, okay. Probably even no. It's not a vanilla. Take 7/7. It's always gonna work. Its effect is always gonna go off. Okay. I think that's it. Why Rapunzel 1-star? Didn't do anything. She's got 5-star thighs, but 1-star ability. Good night, Light. Thanks for helping with the spreadsheet. I'll put the spreadsheet information in Discord after, so you guys can look at it if you missed the stream. give it to you in chat right now as well. Okay, we're done. Hooray.